It was like a very rough time for like I think everyone in the team, because there was like some like decisions to change the rosters, and I had to play with like two like role swap supports. It was very like difficult for me personally to like play the role, because I wasn't used to playing with like Lisa or Appy support. It was like super stressful time for me. But then we ended up like trying out some different kind of things in scrims, seeing how things were working, and then we just ended up with like the 5 players that we have now, so it all worked out in the end. I don't think I was too nervous before the grand final. I was honestly more nervous in like playoffs. For some reason, I was like super nervous playing against Direwolves in playoffs. I don't know, like I was playing against Gunkrab. I used to play them last year in AV, so like for some reason I was like super nervous playing up against Gunkrab, against Direwolves. Playing against PG, I think it's because our draft plan, like it was so like good. I knew they wouldn't like throw anything like crazy at us, and like we knew exactly how they played. So I was feeling very confident playing into PG, because I knew everyone on my team like knew the jobs and what they had to do to win. I think the first person I responded to was one of my good friends from Hong Kong. He's like my closest friend since like I was in primary school. I just told him about winning because he was watching my games at the time. So for me personally, like I would probably just focus on myself and expect myself to like just to make sure that I'm at a level that can compete, because I hope that like I don't like int and like let my team down. So like I'm gonna be focusing on improving as much as I can and making sure that bot lane does well. I mean, I've only worked with pretty much like coaches from China. Like last year I was working with Daniel, and this year it's with Daniel and Kola again. I'm very happy to work with Daniel and Kola. Like honestly, I think part of the reason why like I was so confident coming into like PG was because of how like we drafted and how like the coaches helped us with like drafting and like what champions like we should play and what I should play. When I like asked them for like advice in the draft, like what do you think is good, I just feel confident that like the coaches are there and they're like giving us advice on like what champions are good into PG. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot better when the coaches are in person, because I think online is pretty like hard sometimes when it comes to like giving feedback or like pointing out mistakes. In person will be a lot more helpful in a way. Like I would much prefer it to be face to face. So like I'm really happy about that as well, to be able to meet like the coaches for the first time. Probably just choose my support. I think it's really fun like playing with him, and I think we just work very well together. It's very easy to work with him. So I'd say like he's the easiest person for me to like play with.